Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi friends, today we are going to talk about some of the latest developments in Jammu and Kashmir. Two incidents have happened, or two developments have taken place. One is the setting up of Jammu Kashmir Apni Party by one of the former ministers of People's Democratic Party, that is PDP. Mr. Altaf set up this party. He also came with a delegation to meet the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Also, one of the senior most politicians in Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Farooq Abdullah, who is also a member of the parliament and who had been in detention along with some of the other politicians since the Article 370 was amended on August 5 last year. He has been released now. So the release of Mr. Farooq Abdullah and the setting up of Jammu Kashmir Apni Party by Mr. Altaf. So these are the two interesting incidents which have happened. These two incidents actually mark the beginning of the phase 2 of Kashmir policy or Jammu Kashmir policy of the government of India. In the phase 1, the Article 370 was amended, and the arrangements were made so that there was no untoward incident. There were restrictions on internet. Some of the political leaders were also detained. But now in phase 2, the restrictions on the internet have been largely taken off, and politicians like Mr. Farooq Abdullah have been released, and Mr. Altaf has also set up his new party. The phase 2 of Jammu Kashmir policy is actually the beginning of the political process in the valley. Now there are a couple of important things which we must notice, note here. One is that there is a general perception, or a section of commentators have been saying that Farooq Abdullah has been released under some kind of pressure. No, he has not been released under some kind of pressure. I think that's basically a part of very well calibrated policy of the central government. However, Mehbooba Mufti has not been released so far because she is more of a hardliner, and her anti-Indian stand in the past has, I think, created certain reservations in the central government. So probably the release of Mehbooba Mufti would be delayed, and Mr. Umar Abdullah, son of Mr. Farooq Abdullah and National Conference leader, so he is also still under detention. He also might have to wait for some more time, but the government has released National Conference leader Farooq Abdullah because it believes that though both PDP and the National Conference are the parties whose influence remains confined only to certain districts of Valley, but still Abdullah's stand has been relatively more towards reconciliation, and also his party has got greater sphere of influence in the Valley than Mehbooba Mufti. Another interesting incident which has, or another interesting development which took place in the form of formation of Jammu Kashmir Apni Party, that shows that the political process in the valley has started, and the center is encouraging the setting up of new political parties and political players. In fact, the key to this whole second phase of Jammu Kashmir policy of the government is that it is looking beyond the Abdullahs and the Muftis when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir politics, and especially the politics in the valley. Earlier, these two families have largely driven the politics in this region, but now with the setting up of parties like Jammu Kashmir Apni Party, and there are expectations, or the central government is expecting, some of the observers who have been keenly watching the developments there are also giving the feedback that many more political parties are going to be set up, many more new political players are going to come up. So in a nutshell, we can say that the second phase of the Jammu Kashmir policy has been kicked off by the central government through release of Mr. Abdullah, and with the Prime Minister and the Home Minister meeting a 24-member delegation of Jammu Kashmir Apni Party and discussing about 40 odd demands with them. And in days to come, the politics of Kashmir is likely to go beyond the Muftis and the Abdullahs, and the new players which are connected to the grassroots level. They are likely to come up, and it's very likely that the center is going to engage with them fully. Another important thing which we are going to see in days to come is that the government is going to come out with a major economic package, you can say, or there is going to be a major thrust on economic development of the region. The third important thing is that while doing all this, there will be no letdown as far as the security measures are concerned. The iron fist policy against or the iron hand policy against the terrorism will continue to be implemented by the central government the way it has been implementing it. Thank you.